Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Okay.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Yeah, hello somebody, what is happening? Yes, indeed, I'm super excited. It's your host, Marlon, Big Favorite, right? Y'all are watching Inside the Trenches live here on ESPN Baton Rouge's YouTube channel. We got so much to be excited about here in South Louisiana, and we're going to get into it right away. First and foremost, I want to thank the man upstairs for waking us up this morning. But secondly, I definitely want to thank our production crew. Great energy coming in here today with Damian and the crew. Have some of our students here at Loyola, as we are back here live in the Loyola studios. And yeah, that's what we really need right there, the energy rolling here on Inside the Trenches. So tons to get into today. Of course, the biggest news of it all is our LSU Fighting Tigers coming through and laying the stamp down early, letting them know that we're not playing no games. We got defense this year. Nussmeier is in the front seat. Not in the back seat how they had in the Canes commercial. Y'all saw that commercial? Y'all saw Grandpa Archer's driving. You had Ty Graves in the back seat. You had Arch Manning riding shotgun and Gary Nussmeier. But after this weekend,
so quintessentially a commercial full of millionaires.
Basically, it was some millionaires in the commercial. Everybody in the commercial was a millionaire or a billionaire, with Ty Graves. But that was pretty cool. But I think right now, we all agree that Gary Nussmeier is in the front seat of that conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, we want to thank our sponsors,
Yeah,
Conquer Sports Pros, for all that they do for the show.
No, that's
Big
right.
ups for all the high school athletes looking to get recruited. Visit csportspros.com. Secondly, we want to thank the Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Get Gordon, get it done. Taking over the entire state of Louisiana. So if you've been injured in a car accident, make sure you get Gordon, get it done. We want to take this time also to thank Health Nut Systems for all that they do for the show. Dr. Kendra, she wanted to come on the show tonight, y'all. So just to kind of tease our listening audience, she has some new lines, ranging from natural soap products to some very tasty looking sea moss. So, you know, I definitely want to thank her for what she does for the show as well. So, fellas, let's go ahead and jump right into it. LSU won. The score was Look at me, I'm so excited. I forgot the darn score. The score was 17-10. Number 4, Clemson came into town. No, we went into their town.
Yeah, we went to
Little Death Valley, and we let them know what it is and what it ain't gonna be. I think, guys, from the start of the game to the finish, these guys came out there with it on their mind. Very productive day for New Orleans' very own Aaron Anderson. I thought he was spectacular out there. We talked about the production this week of Harold Perkins. CL, I got to come to you first. CL was so excited he even called me this week, and he was just like, man, look, LSU rolling right now. I guess he was just super excited that we won like that. I ain't usually get the little, man, what happened? You know, I'm used to get a couple of calls of what happened. So CL, your thoughts on the game?
I'm grateful. I'm grateful about this game because I think everything came together. I believe that the questions that we had about the offensive line, they showed up.
Absolutely.
The questions that we had about the defense and maybe some guys that we weren't too familiar with as far as the defensive backfield, they showed up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, even the running game showed up. Durham, every time he got tackled, his 2 shoulders were square and he was leaning forward. So the momentum on top of the anticipation on top of the buildup was everything that we were anticipating plus more. So the word I would use for me would be grateful because it all came together on Saturday night.
Man, Chris, the second I came in the studio, you was like, man, LSU, boy, they was rolling, and you were excited about the big win. What stood out in the LSU-Clemson game for you?
What stood out to me was how great of a game defensive coordinator Blake, that's his name?
Yeah, Blake Baker.
Blake Baker played. He dialed up some blitzes to disrupt K. Klubnik, shut down the run game for the most part. I think he did a really good job putting those guys in position to make big-time plays in big-time moments, and it showed in the biggest stage. And as a result, only allowed 1 touchdown, 10 points. Congratulations to Blake Baker.
Congratulations. Man, for just going out there, shutting it down. A coach who, this is his second stint at LSU. You talk about the developments of inside the trenches. Friend of the show, Patrick Queen, my main man, Damone Clark, under the Blake Baker system, really developed as a linebacker, and he's very candid about speaking about that. I will say that, Chris, I see how he said he stole my thunder. I was for sure going to talk about the defense. To me, that was the one piece that LSU really need to improve on since the Brian Kelly era started here. Was the defense. It was the inconsistency in his first year. It was if we had a defense, what we could have done with Jaden Daniels. Now LSU, that's one thing Coach Kelly went out there and he did his thing in that transfer portal, y'all. He did. Let's just talk about production on defense. First and foremost, what I like about this, guys, it really brings back a nostalgic feeling of our era. We had depth. We had depth. We didn't have to. I can remember some recent games as a broadcaster here at LSU, CL, where we're watching Jaquelin Roy, even like Big Gilmore, Christian Locator, guys like that take all the reps with no rotation. No D lineman wanted to come to LSU. But you look at the production on the defensive line, Bernard Gooden, somebody that we were gunning out after in the transfer portal to make some improvements up front. He balled out. You got a sack out of Harold Perkins. You had a sack from P.J. Woolen. To your point, Blake Baker making those differences on defense. So that was one thing that stood out to me. Another thing, CL, that really stood out like a sore thumb was the play of the defensive front, man. Shouts out to inside the trenches, the rotation up there too.
We knew that the question was, would the defensive line of LSU show up like we knew the Clemson defensive line would show up? But not only did the defensive line of LSU show up, I believe the front 7 showed up. Both of the weak brothers, 33 and 40. I mean, those gentlemen were playing with their hair on fire, almost to the point where they decided that the defense was going to win the game, and they made that statement early. Obviously, it just being a 7-point differential in the score means that it was a close game, and the defense showed up. I'm proud of that defensive backfield because to some people, even in Louisiana, you would call it a no-name defensive backfield until Saturday. They had some gentlemen like a number 4 that made waves and made names for themselves just on that one night. Now, I won't be a prisoner of the moment, which I'm sure we'll have other subjects later on today that I will be a prisoner of the moment, but LSU definitely has the potential to move forward, and the defense is spearing the joust.
If y'all just tune in to Inside the Trenches, we're talking about this big-time victory LSU had this weekend, 17-10. We could have looked at the score I saw 20-10. You go back to that touchdown, I see a 24-10.
Oh, yeah.
We definitely have to dive in on that next. Chris, I'll come to you on that one. But lo and behold, defensively, LSU is back, baby. We back. And I'm with you, Chris. You won't be a prisoner of the moment. But in that moment, we were playing number 4 Clemson.
Yeah.
In that moment, to Chris's point, you had a Cade Klubnik that came out there and was elusive. But the adjustments at LSU to get back to that Harold Perkins that we remember from his freshman year, spying the quarterback, making plays on the ball, those are the things that needed to happen.
Corner blitzes.
Those corner blitzes with PJ. Like I said, 2 successful on 2. You send Harold Perkins, gets a sack. You send PJ Woodland, and it is a corner blitz that comes through an interior gap.
Exactly.
So now it's the corner blitz, you can feel that in a normal state, but when you do it that way, it makes it that much more tough for the quarterback to adjust quickly. So that's something. Also, y'all, this is the first time I've ever done this on a show. Our cousin's draft, fantasy football draft, is going to be going on during the show. Like, straight up, I can't not do an auto draft. That's never worked for me. So I got a little Chris on the you do the fantasy football too. CL don't really do the fantasy football thing or the betting and gambling and sports. But
I'm living a fantasy.
There you go. But hey, you could at least be like, yeah, man, roll with Nick Chubb or, get Saquon. You know what I'm saying? He watched the game. He go to the game. So that's what I'm saying. And y'all feel free to chime down below if y'all got some tips on who I should draft or who y'all drafting in y'all fantasy draft. And also, LSU, big win against Clemson. Y'all feel free to comment below here on the ESPN Baton Rouge's YouTube. And you can also go at BigFave504 and make some comments, anything y'all want us to talk about. CL, it looks like Gary Nussmeier is driving in the front seat of that Heisman race, especially after, like I said, big reaction to the moment.
Right.
Week 1, this is open week.
Right.
But that pass to Damian Brown, man, talk to me, bro.
Well, unfortunately, the referees got it 100% wrong, even with replay. And that's unfortunate, but you couldn't ask for a better pass. And shouts out to the defensive back. You couldn't ask for better coverage, but we all know a perfect pass beats perfect coverage every time.
Of course.
And if that is what we're going to see moving forward, I double down what I said about LSU's receiving group this year being more talented overall than the ones in the previous year. There's so many guys that can touch the ball on Saturday. It's crazy. Mr. Green, number 14, the tight end, super athletic guy. And, of course, my favorite, Mr. Anderson, who led the SEC who was second in SEC in receiving yards last year. He was a big factor on Saturday as well. So I think sky's the limit for this offensive group, and I think surprising to us all that the potential is going to go beyond the expectation.
Chris, this wide receiving core for LSU.
Blazing speed, fast, quick. I don't think anybody in that receiving core runs under a 4.5, which is crazy.
4.4.
Right.
And then we talented receiver, Damian Brown, Aaron Anderson, Xavier Thomas. My goodness, it's just talent everywhere. I'm excited for the rest of the season. how this receiving core would turn out.
I am too, and I am even more excited about how Cartaz Hankton and that receiving core in the passing game, and even Joe Salone is just being unique with how they're making calls on offense. Being multi-versatile with the running backs. We saw Jawan Johnson being a decoy. We saw him getting the ball. We saw him catching it out the backfield. Caden Durham coming out bigger and badder than ever. Big run and start the game off with.
Running angry.
Running angry, catching angry. Just, this is, once again, that nostalgic feeling I talked about earlier in the show about how LSU, at this point before I got there, during my time there, and even a little bit right after, this was the energy that we had, and it took time. It took CL, you went viral on YouTube for this. It took Coach Kelly softening his heart towards the new process.
Nice.
It really was. Nice. You seen it. You had a guy that came here and he was like, we're going to build right here through the state, get the guys from the high school football teams, and we're going to do it that way. We're going to build champions. And it just didn't work that way. You had to make those adjustments, and he did. I think roughly about $18 million spent in the transfer portal, and it showed. Like, to the part where Halsey comes in the second half and makes an immediate impact.
Immediately.
You go get Mansour Delane, number 4.
Number 4.
Right. That one play, it really stuck with me. We had good rush lanes up front. Everybody seemed to be in their coverage. And I think we sent an extra guy.
Yes, we did.
So we went straight man. Boy, he locked old boy up from Clemson. I can't think of which receiver it was. It wasn't Williams. He locked him up. It was so bad. It reminded me a lot of Derek Stingley. He was covering him. The second he broke to the outside, he was hip to hip with him. You know, you whip your head that way, you don't see the ball, I'm going to whip my head this way and I'm going to catch it. It was impressive, y'all. If y'all just tuning in, we're just recapping this big-time LSU win. It was, for me, as a former player, us as just folks from the state, was excited for football season to get started. Chris, this is exactly what we wanted to see.
Whew. If we keep on playing like this, college football playoff bound, national championship bound. We'll see. I mean, I think we should be a top 5 to 4 team heading into this week in the in the AP rankings. I believe so.
I'm thinking I was going to talk to y'all about that next. That was a good segue, Chris. I'm thinking 2 or 3.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we can go through it. Just to recap the weekend, CL, I'll come to you next. Texas, Ohio State. Texas loses 14-7. Arch was 17 for 30. He did throw an interception. He had 1 touchdown. Weiser was 80 yards rushing. And for a reception, is that Indris, the tight end, he had 50 yards. I mean, they had no production whatsoever, plus the turnover. Both defenses played exceptionally well. Texas and Florida State, and the score showed that. The score showed that. Penn State, they won. They could drop because it was against Nevada. I was thinking they may drop to 3 and LSU goes to 2, but they didn't hurt their case. Clemson, of course, was 4 going in. We were 9. We definitely go to 3 or 2. Georgia, they beat the brakes off of Marshall, but they're 5. So 45-7 was that score. I don't think they move. I think they stay. We know Alabama, Weezy out of here. They about 12 next week. Because that was embarrassing. And Florida State moves into the top 25 after that big win. But CL, I'm just kind of rambling some of the top 20 scores. Where do you think LSU lands at in the AP polls?
Well, I won't be a prisoner of the moment. And it was only a 7-point game. So I would only move LSU up to maybe 7, 6. Just because Clemson was who we thought they were.
But they were 4.
Yeah, but I didn't believe in Clemson deserved to be 4 in the beginning.
But what about the other top 10 loss? You had Texas, they lost.
We
Notre
won't
Dame
be.
lost.
I will not be a prisoner.
Notre Dame lost.
Yeah, I will not be a prisoner.
Don't be a
of the
prisoner
moment.
to the moment. Be a prisoner to these scores of these top 5 teams.
Week 1, you always throw you throw week 0 out the door.
All right.
But I've got to the point where I throw week 1 out the door.
Chris, my only rebuttal to what CL talking about right now is, boy, these are some hot takes. My only rebuttal is all these top 10 matchups. See, if it wasn't that many top 10 matchups, if everybody would have had a Georgia weekend or a Penn State weekend, you got an argument. But the way LSU went out there and they beat number 4, it ain't about the score too much. They beat number 4. That's why I say worst case scenario 3.
Do you believe Texas deserved to be number 1 before Saturday?
No.
Right. Do you believe that Ohio State deserved to be 2?
No.
Right. So the rankings were misinformed from the beginning. But that's just my professional opinion.
But the game happened.
Yeah.
So all those games happened.
So not a real ranking should even out right around this time, regardless if you wait till this week or you wait till after the week before they rate it, because they rated this week, right?
Yeah, it goes out tomorrow.
Yeah,
right.
So
I mean,
maybe the
you got
real
the
rankings come
pre-rankings
out now.
Well, I mean, and that's what makes it easy to figure because, like, these teams are who they are. Like, Texas had who they had coming back. Ohio State had who they had coming back. So they had to go in. The fact that these teams played this early, I mean, Miami, Notre Dame, we talk about Texas, Ohio State, LSU, Clemson. So all of these games went into with those big booms. So it's a lot of chess pieces. Yeah, Texas is probably going to move somewhere. They might come on down to like 9,
Right.
8 or 9. Georgia, stay where they at. Alabama comes out of the top 10. I think Texas A&M moves up. I think that Oklahoma moves up to at least Oklahoma's probably going to move to the top 15. Ole Miss, so it's going to be a lot of SEC teams moving up, y'all. And I do think, y'all tell me what y'all think too. Y'all chime into the conversation. Is this a situation? CL says LSU's going to come in at 7. He doesn't want to be a prisoner of the moment. Chris, what you say?
I say worst case scenario. Top 3 to 5 range.
Is it so 3 to 5? You got a 1 or 2. So you're saying 4? Is it 5? Is it 3?
I would go. I'll say either 3 or 4.
Okay.
3 or 4.
I'm gonna say either 2 or 3. Now, a lot of folks may feel a little different, but it will be interesting to come back and check this out and see exactly where they are. I want to stick along the lines of LSU as we continue to talk. I want to look at their schedule, but before I move forward, I want to take this time once again to thank the Gordon McKernan injury attorneys. Get Gordon, get it done. If you are in a car accident, if you feel like you're at fault, you're injured from it, call the Gordon McKernan Law Firm. You can go on my page. I have their you can hit them up Instagram. You go on the website. They'll take care of you. And look, he get it done. Gordon gets it done. So let them know that you heard about him right here on Inside the Trenches podcast. We're here still live at the Loyola studios. I want to take a look, y'all, at this remaining LSU schedule. And little Chris, this is where I think you might have something here in regards to how this team may look moving forward. I know I could talk about what we have coming up. Louisiana Tech, they come home. They come here. ESPN SEC game. Then you got Florida. That will be a game. Now, this is what I will say. I don't want the players in that locker room to be on cloud 9 from this win. It is still important to approach Louisiana Tech like they're a serious opponent because they over there like, man, I'm telling y'all, LSU still gonna be high off that loss. Off that win against Clemson. CL, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, and that's a part of not being a prisoner of the moment. That's a part of just letting it be what it is. Yeah, that was a great game on Saturday. I think everybody deserved the accolades that they received. especially the defense, especially the offensive coordinator that was putting plays together where zero was coming from the receiver position, going to the running back position, getting tosses. Aaron Anders getting what do you call that when you come straight across?
The slant. Oh yeah. No, he did a dig.
Yeah, he's digging and still getting maybe averaging 13 yards a carry. So 13 yards a catch. So I just think that week ones, week zeros, over the years, I've just learned to sit back and kind of let it all kind of wear. It's kind of, I know we're on the 20th anniversary as Katrina, but I'm using a reference of just letting the water get in the fishbowl and letting it settle before I go to make these bold predictions. But it was a great game on Saturday for sure. All eyes were watching.
It was. It was a great game. It was really a good Memorial weekend for college football.
Oh, yeah.
But just a couple of things I want to point out about this LSU team moving forward. We talked about the schedule. Louisiana Tech, Florida, Southeastern, Ole Miss. That's where it really gets real. When you get into Ole Miss, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Texas A&M, Alabama, Arkansas. That stretch is going to tell it all. But getting this win against Clemson, Coach Kelly finally breaking his open and losing streak, sets the tone. You go into Ole Miss game 4-0, play the game right. You're a better team than Florida. You got to play South Carolina. Sellers is everything of a Heisman candidate right now. He's the real deal Holyfield out there. That's going to be a game. That's going to be a tell-all game. Texas A&M going to play us hard regardless. Alabama, they don't, that Florida State game, CL, boy, that said a lot. That said a lot.
Nick is gone. I mean, let's be real. NIL has made, like I said, made it level. The NIL has somewhat leveled the college football. You don't have 5-stars sitting on the bench at Alabama anymore. You don't have 4-stars sitting on the bench at Alabama. It's a little more spread out now. It's a little more even now. So I think the Alabama situation is just showing its true self. Once again, that water settling reference. It started last year, and now this year I think the proof is in the pudding. They're not the dominant team that they used to be, and I don't think they will be in the near-see future.
Yeah, I mean, the proof was for certainly in the pudding. It's a huge difference. Did y'all see the Cracker Barrel logos? They had the old school Cracker Barrel logo. That was Coach Saban. And then they had the new one, Coach Kellen DeBoer. I do think that it is a huge leap coming from being successful in the Pac-10 versus coming to the SEC and having that same success. It shows year in and year out. Not taking anything away from going to the national championship with Michael Penix and making it do what it do, but it's just a big difference. And I do think that Alabama jumped the gun. They tried to jump into the success of a college football, but that trying to pick the right college football coach. But that ain't it, y'all. It's one of those situations moving forward that's just not it.
Should have been an in-house deal, in my personal opinion. They should have promoted from within if they wanted to keep that level of expectation, that level of dominance. Because to try to get a guy, it's kind of what we did in New Orleans. We tried to get Dennis Allen to duplicate what Coach Payton did. So now you're trying to get DeBoer to duplicate what Coach Saban did. Yeah, I don't see it, Yeah,
you really have to. Even when we went looking for our guy. And the beautiful thing about LSU, you look in recent years, Coach Saban's third year, he wins a national championship. Coach Miles' third year with us, we win a national championship. Coach Ed on his third year as the head coach, he win that new era happens. Coach Brian Kelly goes through year 3, sees success in those first 3 years. Somewhat success, right? I think it's successful to go to the SEC championship. You lose to Georgia, right? But you go to the SEC championship. I think it is successful that next year to have a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback.
Correct.
And then you come off of that year, right, and you're rebuilding. Now you're starting the new era with Gary Nussmeier. He puts up 4,000 yards because he was able to develop behind Jaden Daniels, get some playing time. Jaden comes out the first half of the SEC championship, and Gary go out there and put up big yards, 350.
He throws it around.
You know, he was tossing it around the yard, and I think that if we look at it from that eye, you will see that this LSU run. That's why I'm kind of jumping the gun on what I think. You may have a few hiccups here and there, Chris. I ain't gonna hold you. You might have one. I'm not saying that LSU. I do think this team could go undefeated based off how that defense look.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like that. The depth, man. Kyle Williams. Shout out to my big bro Kyle Williams. I see your boy back home coaching it up.
Coach.
I see you. Was able to have. You saw Gooden, Guillory. You saw McKinley, Gooden. You saw my bro Tank Guillory. The rotation of the guys, Kevin People having those guys rush off the edge. It was the rotation there too. You had Relford, you had Peyton rotating in, Piebond rotating in. I'm telling you, it was 13 bags, 12, 13 bags, sometimes 14 bags just for the D-line when we used to travel back in the day. We having so much fun here on Inside the Trenches, y'all. Y'all don't go nowhere. When we come back, we're gonna talk fantasy football. I'm checking the times. I think the draft is at I think the draft is going down at 8 p.m. So we'll be in our last segment. You know, we're talking to the NFL, but we're still gonna talk draft the next segment, right? Because we got to get ready for it. So we're gonna talk a little fantasy football. I need y'all tips and let me know how I should do this thing. I'm the champ now. I won last year. You know,
Yeah.
So I won't keep winning. I hope y'all having a good time. It's Inside the Trenches, baby. Y'all don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on ESPN Baton Rouge. Hello, somebody.
Inside the Trenches.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Hello, somebody. It's Marlon Big Favorite, Super Bowl champion and national champion. Here's the truth. Almost anybody could play college football and get a scholarship or financial aid if they know who's looking for them. Now, you may not be a Division I or Division II football player, but that doesn't mean you can't play college football on the next level. There's hundreds and thousands of schools out there that's looking for football players like you to give you a great education. Right now, the average cost of school is $27,000 a year. That means that's $180,000 just to graduate. Imagine cutting that number down with a football scholarship or financial aid support. At Conquer Sports Pros, we find the right schools that fit you, your talent, your goals, and your future. And they will pay for your education through football. Don't waste time guessing. Let us connect you with coaches and programs that are already searching for players like you. If you're serious about playing football in college to pay for your education, click the link below or visit csportspros.com and schedule a call today. Hello, somebody.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Hello, somebody. My name is Marlon Big Favorite. If you are serious about playing college football on the next level and having it paid for, visit us at csportspros.com. Again, that's csportspros.com, or you can click the link below.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Welcome back to Inside the Trench. It is your host, Marlon Big Favorite, and I hope y'all are enjoying this show. Big shout out to Health Nut System. I'm just pulling up Dr. Kendra's information. She said that they have some issues with the website right now, but she has her new products. As I told y'all, next week she's coming on the show. She got 3 new products. The two other ones y'all heard of before, the Speed Up 365, and also the Total Body. So definitely, if y'all are looking to order some products tonight, y'all could call her at 504-237-4000. Very easy number to remember, 504-237-4000. Health Nut System. Dr. Kendra is definitely ready to get y'all feeling good.
Can't wait.
Because
I actually do have my own testimony for Dr. Kendra and the way she's helped me. Honestly, brother, and she's made a tremendous difference in just the way I look at and the way I approach this dietary situation I have going on with myself.
I've been peeping out, man. I went over to the Steak Man. Shouts out to our homie Steak Man. CL had the grilled breast and the salad. You know what I'm saying? I'm my dog. Dr. Kendra working on my man. I say I ain't mad at you. Holla at a player. Yeah, I thought he had the little fat suit on. You know, you put the little compression shirt on. Now he said, man,
Yeah.
he been getting right. Hey, bro, hey, keep up the good work.
Thank you, doctor, though, for your words of encouragement. Because if anything she's done for me, she's let me know that, yes, Chris, you do live in New Orleans. Yes, Chris, you do eat too much. And that was just the beginning of my journey with Dr. Kendra. I can't wait for her to show up next week.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, shouts out to Health Net System. They'll be joining her. We'll have Dr. Kendra and Dr. Andrews, Mr. and Mrs. coming through here next week. Just in time for the 2 seats, man.
Yeah, it is that time of year.
We got to add another mic, but for sure we want to look forward to getting them on the show. And look, y'all can still visit stillbody.org to check out the products. You may be able to order some of them, but the ones I'm talking about, and it's all natural. Beautiful thing about it, it is all natural. Look, Chris, bruh. Last year, I won our family's fantasy football league. This is my first year, like, actually winning first place. I have won second place a couple times, so I was able to get the big cash prize. And I was very strategic last year in how I draft, how I approached the whole deal, and that whole conversation. Yeah, I was just, just making sure that I was aware more than anything else. So we're going to talk a little fantasy football. Now, y'all stick around because we're going to talk some high school football next. They had some amazing games across the city, including your old alma mater. Come and play my old school, Archbishop Shaw, versus St. Aug. So we'll have Cory Kennedy join us a little later to talk some high school football. Cory, as the last few years, has been doing a lot of sideline videography at these schools. I mean, he's been turning up on the Riverdale. Riverdale looks like an all-star team right now. This dude's videos. Of course, John Eric, Archbishop Shaw, St. Aug. My main man went with Jakeem Stewart to the ESPYs out in Cali. So look forward to hearing his intake on some of the high school players in the area. But I need to get y'all's intake on this draft. All right. So I don't want, because I know my family watching, I'm going to have a mystery guy that I'm going to draft first. So I'm not going to announce that to y'all, right? But what I will talk about is some of the other positions I've been looking at and some of the players that I want to draft. So, Chris, strategy. This is what I hear a lot about. I hear a good strategy is just to come off the board and just start drafting running backs. You played fantasy football before?
Yes.
All right. Talk to our viewers about typically how you draft, and maybe if you want to give us a little teaser of who you're going to draft this year.
Okay. And, just to put my resume out there a little bit.
Okay.
I won first place in fantasy twice, 2021 and 2023.
Okay.
So, yes, I have a good resume a little bit. So, the first year, I don't know. I didn't really have no strategy for real. I just drafted. I just went down the line. Like, first I drafted a quarterback, then I drafted a running back, then wide receiver, tight end, flex, further down. And then the second time, I was like, okay, let me get the highest skill position players first. So I think my first pick was a wide receiver. Then I picked a running back. Then tight end, quarterback, here and there, flex guy. And then so on. So that would be, I think that would be my, that would be my strategy is to go with the skill position guys first, like a wide receiver, a flex guy, or a running back, or a tight end.
Yeah, last year I took a different approach. I went quarterback first, right? And that was the first time I went quarterback first. Usually I would go wide receiver. I would go heavy wide receiver. I like how you threw the flex player in there. The flex player, to me, you either have to put like a high-powered tight end at that spot, or you have to go with like a running back that's going to rack it up. I mean, every once in a while, the receivers work for me. Now, CL, you've never played fantasy football.
No, Fave, I have never played fantasy football. But I have to sit here and I have to thank God because not like you, my journey didn't lead me to a national championship. My journey didn't lead me to a Super Bowl ring, even though I got a ring and I partied with you at the party. My journey was living a true fantasy, and that's to be on the show with you and ESPN and, able to let the sponsors, sponsor me for
your time, for
the games, and
he in so many words, he telling us he a real sports guy, like the fantasy.
No, I'm just saying I'm grateful to live a fantasy life when it comes to the NFL and NBA and any other thing that the sponsor feels there's a need for me to be a part of. So I'm just grateful. So I'm sitting here very grateful that the life that I do lead is truly a fantasy.
Seem like he really want to get this segment over with.
No, I love it because maybe one day. Because maybe I'll learn, and then maybe that's something that I'll be a part of. Maybe when I'm sitting on a plane or something.
I wonder if it's too late. I'm at to see. We might have to just do a last minute inside the trenches draft. I mean, we got about 5 students out there. It can be free. It don't have to be like none of my money.
I like that idea.
I mean, we could put a little coin on it if it's okay with ESPN.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I didn't get any calls from any of our people about.
Let's make sure
me having no. We can announce betting apps like if ESPN Bet wants Inside the Trenches to talk about it, we will. But we're just not going to talk about it until they're ready to come out. Hello, somebody.
Hello.
So in the meantime, this is the Health Nut System segment sponsoring this fantasy football.
Thank you, Doc.
Hello, somebody. All right, so CL.
Yes,
I'm going to
sir.
go ahead and go on the lane. This isn't necessarily a big-time fantasy football tip because these picks usually come later in the draft.
Okay.
Should I think about drafting the Denver Broncos defense?
Well, considering that last year in real life, they led the league in sacks.
Oh, yeah.
And also last year in real life, they have the defensive player of the year in Patrick Surtain II. So I think that would actually be a no-brainer to draft the Denver Broncos at defense.
Okay.
Oh, we got one of our listeners on right now, Anthony Parker. He's a friend of the show as well. And he came through. He said, put him in the fantasy group. All right. So,
Thank you, Ant.
you know what?
All right.
UP had just mentioned it. So UP, is it Madeline over there? So Madeline, we got an assignment for you. You got to create a NFL fantasy group right now. She said, hold up.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, we here.
I'll flip a coin. Somebody in there. We got a new crew in there. Y'all responsible for the Inside the Trenches podcast fantasy draft.
Oh, yeah.
Which is going to go down in about an hour. We got an hour. It ain't going to take you long, so you there's a little pressure. We got a break here. I can come in and assist for about 2 minutes at our break. But we're going to do it. Since the friends of our show hitting us up, you know what I'm saying?
They definitely in the chat right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They going off.
Yeah, look at PR.
On a holiday. School assignment on a holiday.
Right. UP like, hold on now. Too much work right now. We're here mixing the studio down. But I think it would be cool. So if we can squeeze it in, let's go ahead and do it. For week 1 get started. That's the whole thing. You got to have your team together for week 1. So let's get into it. Running backs. Here are the running backs I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, who was always he always run a bag up for you on fantasy. I know. Was it me and you having that conversation about him and Alvin Kamara? And you still
Definitely.
all right. And then I don't know if you're gonna like this. They say he's a workhorse too. Bijan Robinson.
He is. I mean, I wouldn't call him a workhorse. I believe Atlanta, the reason why Atlanta always sucks every year is because they don't realize that they have to actually run 25 to set up 7 instead of running 7 to set up 25. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But Bijan is all world. I will confess that Bijan is all world. I couldn't see a guy going wrong choosing him.
Okay. I mean, I didn't get him last year. Who was my main running back last year? I think, I forget who man, you win these.
He won you the big money.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't Alvin. Who did I have last year? I can't think. I'm going to remember. I'm going to go back to how I went. I just know, I ain't going to reveal my player that really did it for me because I knew my people watching. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch the watchers. All right. Let's go to receivers. Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, or Amari St. Brown. Who should I draft first? Now, with the running backs, I think CL said, man, go ahead, Christian McCaffrey first. He'll say bet.
Can't go wrong.
I've been leaning towards Robinson, but Atlanta known for stinking it up, and I don't want him to be a part of that problem. But for you, what you thinking?
For wide receivers,
Who should I draft first?
number 1 from Cincinnati, Jamar
Okay, well, of
Chase.
course,
Will he be there?
And that's the thing. Like, so I don't know why I'm at in the order, and I just kind of that's my 4 like guys. Like, if they're available, I'm going to get them.
I have a number 1 for you.
Oh yeah,
Blake Bortles of the Los Angeles Raiders.
Tight end, I'm going to get him if you're
Brock
there.
Bowers, yeah.
But
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers. But my first pick.
He create? He's the number 1 tight end in football.
yeah.
He averages 7 balls a game. He was all pro last year. He really has a quarterback now this year in Geno Smith.
Yeah.
What a head coach that loves tight ends and from Seattle, Pete Carroll. I just think that he creates numbers and they haven't found a way to stop him as of yet.
I think I start entertaining tight ends around the 4th round. I think if he there, I'm going to get him. Like if it comes around, but
Because it's about accumulating numbers and points, right?
we even got you don't get that many points. The running back gets you more points. And in the chat like not for the first pick. I get you.
Tell us, brother. Let us know.
Let us know, definitely. Okay, tight ends. You have Travis Swift. You got your boy Brock. Oh, Travis Kelce. They didn't happen that quick. I didn't realize it. Man, I'm sorry, Travis. It just kind of caught me
The
off
homie's
guard.
still a Pro Bowler now. We ain't gonna do him that too bad.
Oh,
And his
no.
wife and his fiance is a billionaire.
Yeah,
Yes.
even though he snuffed me in KC last year.
Yeah,
He
because
didn't give me the interview in KC last year, but I still got love and respect for the Kelce
and
family.
she wears
Sure.
blue shorts and wears Reeboks.
Definitely went to that concert last year.
Okay.
You was in there, boy?
Yeah.
Okay. So talk to us about this. How was it being around the Swifties?
It was packed in there. I
Come
mean, traffic everywhere.
for sure.
Going into the stadium, she blew the crowd up.
Snipers on the roof.
Oh yes.
You belong with
Yes,
me.
yes.
She performed
Eras
that?
tour was. Yeah, it was pretty legit.
Okay,
Did,
all right.
did 87 show up on the stage?
No.
Okay.
The next time I see him in New Orleans, it was the Super Bowl. So
Okay.
Right.
That was the
I
next
mean,
time I saw him, unfortunately.
Do I draft him though?
Travis Kelce.
I mean, see, Travis Kelce versus Travis Kelce Swift is
Yeah, that's 2 different people.
they're 2 different people.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Sam Laporta. I think I go Sam Laporta
I
or
would,
Brock
too.
Bowers if he's
Oh,
available.
yeah.
Top 100 player in the NFL.
And I want to stay along those same lines, right? When I talk quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow. Patrick Mahomes, is he still like it used to be? If Mahomes is there, you draft him. He's the first one you get because the Mahomes magic. But with the decline of production with Travis Kelce last year, him having an inconsistent receiving core, they did still get to the Super Bowl, respectively. They still got to the Super Bowl, but at the same token, y'all thoughts?
Well, I mean, I respect Mr. Mahomes, Super Bowl win or not. Like I said, I'm new to this fantasy situation, but for me, wouldn't it make sense to do like a Daniels in Washington? Because he is that dual threat. He can run the ball. His wide receiver just got paid, so he's going to be looking to make a point that he deserves the money. And like we say, the young man is very versatile when it comes to running the football. So I'm not 100% sure how they accumulate the points, but a dual threat quarterback couldn't hurt.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
And we know that Kansas City offensive line is not the same. Kelce is gone. One of the wide receivers is gone, possibly suspended. I believe that's the decline with Mahomes. But that's just my opinion.
And with me, quarterback, if I have to pick a quarterback of the draft, regular season at least, give me Lamar Jackson, number 8, man. He's gonna have Derrick Henry there to help him out with the run game and stuff, the read options. I think Lamar Jackson can accumulate all the rushing yards, and he still got some of the best dual tight ends in the league, and Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely. And if Rashad Bateman can stay healthy and Zay Flowers can stay healthy, I think Lamar Jackson can have another elite season.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Likely is hurt right now as we speak.
Yeah, forgot about that.
You know, and once again, maybe I would be good in fantasy since I'm always updated with injuries or what have you.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking a gentleman like Lamar Jackson would never be there when it's time for somebody like me to pick. So that's why I brought the Daniel situation up, because I might be able to still get a steal in whatever time I pick.
Your quarterback is important. I mean, and having a guy like Lamar Jackson, that's what Andy just said. If he's there, he's going Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
If he's there.
If he's there, because, I mean, at any week, he gets you a 40 burger. You know what I'm saying?
And as your GM, you just need a contingency plan on everything.
Right.
Yes.
And I think you're going to do good in fantasy, bro, because you got the GM mentality. Yeah. So, you're going to think, oh, this player, I'm trying to win. You feel me? So that's cool. A couple of tips before we get out here that just kind of over my, several years now playing fantasy football, don't overvalue quarterbacks early. Skilled players thin out faster. That is true. I have drafted a quarterback a couple of times if I thought maybe that first time around I might lose my guy. But the safe bet first is a Jamar Chase. The safe bet first is any number one receiver, right, on any team. You do want to watch the quarterbacks, right? Who for sure is going to give you consistency? Because I know a lot of people drafted Derek Carr last year thinking that, he got Chris Olave, he was getting them 8-9 points. That's not going to get you no fantasy wins. Your quarterback got to get at least in the 20s.
Well, the question is, how many points did Derek Carr get you in the first 2 weeks when he was a part of an offense that scored 91 points in the first 2 weeks? When he was a part of the offense last year in the first 2 weeks that couldn't be stopped. I understand when the injuries hit the New Orleans Saints, the defense also went down. But Derek Carr was a liable pick for a lot of people because he was a part of the number one offense in football for the first 3 weeks of football.
Well, that's the issue. It was the first 3 weeks.
Right.
Fantasy gonna take you all the way to the playoffs. Like right at the playoffs, it ends. So
even in fantasy, you have to factor in injury.
This is all of that play a role.
Okay.
That's why it's important how you draft. Like if one of your number ones, somebody got to come off your bench. He gonna like fantasy. Yeah, I'm telling you, he about to like it. Because I was a little on the fence about it first because I mean this ain't no real football, but I think my first year playing was 2017 or 2018, and I ain't looked back since. I had me two wins at some point. Okay. So it looks like the draft is going to be in the next 30 minutes, though. So that'll interrupt our last segment. Just some more things too for all our fantasy folks out there. And listen, feel free. Y'all can comment at BigFave504. You can comment. You can go to CL_NOLA. Follow him on Instagram, Twitter, just in case on Facebook. Lil Chris _K4, something like that. 3K. Yeah, there you go. 3K, y'all follow Chris. Chris gonna keep y'all informed
for sure.
as well.
Oh yeah.
What that band doing?
And most importantly, bro, with age, bro, I heard saying, we're rolling the other night, bro. I was out there.
I was out there.
Yeah, me and CL checking them out, bro.
Sideline action, they was doing their thing.
Yeah.
But I just saw St. Og during the documentary.
Yeah, the thing. I knew it was something
Above
like
the
that.
Tide documentary, so I already knew what they had going as far as the football team and the band. And shouts out to Julian Gooden, the director of Above the Line documentary for ESPN, talking about 20 years anniversary of Katrina. Just so grateful that everybody was able to play a part in, especially the St. Augustine High School.
Yeah, let's talk about that, Chris. We were at Steak Man the other day. We were watching the documentary. I know you had a piece on there where you spoke, but what was it like work? I mean, because that has a lot of ties to do with the Saints too. Like when we on the sports show, I can remember the Saints coming and play at LSU on Sunday. That Saturday they playing that Saturday, Sunday, excuse me. But what was it like recapping and recapturing this documentary, Katrina?
First of all, it was a blessing, to obviously be someone on the other side of it, to be able to not just have been through it, but to be able to document what other people went through. You know, I understand that to all my people in New Orleans as well as Louisiana, you might have a fatigue about Katrina. But what I realized as I traveled all through the city, as I went and got B-roll in the lower Ninth Ward, and I pulled up in the Desire Project, and I sat on a ferry, and I did all these things. There are so many stories of Katrina that have never been told as of yet. So to be able to still be able to reach out to the people that have their own experiences, because y'all don't want to hear my story. Y'all don't want to hear certain people's story. It's the people's story that you hadn't heard that holds the weight and carries so much. So I'm very proud to be a part of that documentary. You know, Julian has already won Emmys before. I'm sure this is just another documentary on ESPN that he'll get another one, and I guess your boy will get one too this time.
There you go.
But I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful to still be here after the largest storm in American history, to still be here in New Orleans and still be able to talk about a city that helped raise me, that helped make me who I am today, and to be able to document the people that survived, the people that didn't survive, the people that came back, the people that didn't came back, because your story will never go untold as far as I have breath in my lungs.
Well, that was deep, Chris, man, and I know all of us share those memories of little Chris. You was what, 1 year old? So
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah,
I
you
was
don't
one
really
about to
have
turn 2.
You was balling.
Yeah, you don't really have too many real memories, but you remember the years following the rebounds of the city growing up as a kid. So we definitely not undermining you on that.
No, when did you come back?
Probably a few months after Katrina.
Okay.
Definitely.
So probably like somewhere around 06, probably like early 2006.
Copy that.
Definitely, man. So definitely prayers out to all the victims of Hurricane Katrina. That was definitely a rough time. And, you know, this last week getting through that documentary and all of the different things have been challenging. Well, for all of my fantasy lovers out there, I hope we helped y'all out. Like I told y'all, if y'all on the show in a little bit, y'all going to hear me and my family do our draft and stuff. I keep it on mute so we don't mess up the flow of things. Y'all definitely stick around, though. When we come back, we're going to have Cory Kennedy join the show, talk a little bit of high school football. At the call played this weekend. St. Aug played. We're going to go around the state and check out some games from last week and some games to look forward to. Looking forward to talk a little high school football, baby. Well, it is Inside the Trenches, and we're live here at the Loyola Studios, baby. ESPN Baton Rouge. Big shout out once again to Health Nut System. Dr. Kendra, thank you so much for what you do for the show. And y'all stick around. We'll have videographer Cory Kennedy join us next on the show to talk a little high school football. Peace. It's Inside the Trenches. We'll be back.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Are you a high school football player who's tired of waiting on college coaches to notice you? What if I told you there's a way to get real colleges to reach out to you with scholarship offers and a financial package? If you are a junior or a senior who is serious about playing football on the next level and having school paid for, well, this video for you. Hello, somebody. Let me introduce myself. My name is Marlon Big Favorite. As a defensive lineman, I won a national championship with LSU in 2007 and then won a Super Bowl championship with the New Orleans Saints in 2009. Today, I'm a part of a broadcasting team who does the pre- and post-game analysis for the LSU Tigers. You might catch me on other media outlets talking sports as well. But here's what I'm mostly passionate about. My real job is running Conquer Sports Professionals. At our New Orleans and Baton Rouge's facilities, we specialize in elite training for high school and college-bound football players. We provide position-specific training, strength and conditioning, and speed training to help our athletes dominate on the field. But that's just part of what we do. The big part of what we do is we help high school football players secure offers to play college football and pay for their education. Here's the reality most players face. High school coaches just don't have enough time to do all the recruiting work that you need. You show up to 7-on-7s and camps, hoping some coaches will notice you out of 500-some kids. What usually happens is you waste your entire weekend because nobody was actually watching you. Most guys just throw their applications into a void, hoping something sticks. That's not strategy. That's gambling with your future. Here's where we're different. We have a network of 1,000 coaches and scouts representing every level of college football from Division I FBS, FCS, Division II, Division III, NAIA, and junior colleges. We start with a complete skill assessment. We discuss your football and your educational goals. Then, based off your talent, we personally contact coaches and scouts who are looking for exactly what you bring to the table. We don't send out emails. We make direct, personal contacts. Why does our approach work so well? Because me and my team here at Conquer has years of experience in the sports world. Our network is broad and vast, and we can get you in front of coaches and scouts who can offer you a spot. Here's what this means for you. Number one, you never have to worry about what to say, how to say it, or when to say it. You just show up, play your best, and let the results take care of themselves. Number two, when a coach responds, we personally prep you for each call and visit. We walk you through what to expect, what to say, and how to make a strong first impression. Our team of former NCAA and NFL players manages the outreach, sending and replying to messages every single day. This makes it almost impossible not to get noticed by a college program. But we don't just reach out randomly. We write messages to show real intent, why you like their school, references to their program, and their academic reputation. We make it personal, real, and human. We have direct contacts and relationships with the decision makers. So a coach just don't see a name or a stat. They see you, a player that belongs in their locker room, and they trust that we will only send players that fits their program. Now, I can't cover everything in this short video, but if you like what you heard so far, or if you're even a little bit interested, click the link below and book a call with our team. Worst case scenario, you leave with a clear plan on how to control your recruiting process. Best case scenario, we work together and you sign a college offer with a scholarship. And if it doesn't work, we'll keep on working. We'll find a way to get you somewhere. There are tons of opportunities out there, and we'll help you discover them. So is this worth 30 minutes of your time? Absolutely. The only real risk is doing nothing and watching another season go by without hearing from a school you should be playing for. Even if you're unsure or on the fence, book a call anyway. The application just takes minutes. And if we can't help you, we'll let you know right away. Click the link below and we'll see you on the call. Hello, somebody.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Well, hello, somebody. It's time to move your body. Welcome back to Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon, Big Favorite. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. We're having ourselves a great game. It was a great game, LSU versus Clemson. Big shouts out to LSU. But we're having ourselves a great show because of the LSU win. Big Tulane win. Tulane beat Northwestern. The real, you got the Northwestern State, but I'm talking about the Northwestern.
Up top. Illinois.
Yeah, this stomach say don't play with New Orleans. Don't talk about New Orleans like that. You know, you saw Coach.
I wouldn't do it if I was you.
You know what I'm saying? Coach put that juvenile face on him. You know what I'm saying? Like baller blocking. You know what I'm talking about? So that was cool. That was all of that got us hyped this week. But y'all know our hearts here at Inside the Trenches, and something I enjoyed doing as early on as a broadcaster, and something I enjoy doing now covering, and that's high school football. Well, our next guest has been filming high school football games now for the past 5-6 years, capturing some really great moments. I mean, he really turns up with the videos for the high school games. He's been working with Conquer Sports for some years, capturing all of the great takes in their deal. So our next guest is none other than Cory Kennedy from A Dime Vision. Man, welcome to the show. K! What you say that, C?
My guys, man.
My guys usually behind the scenes, a lot filming
behind
stuff.
The camera.
So I guess let's start there, Cory. You have a sports background. You played high school football, so on, and I guess talk to our viewers about you as the athlete first.
Man, me as an athlete, I just look at it like came fast.
I'll put it right.
Oh, look, I just feel like it just happened so fast, right? And I ended up playing a little bit of semi-pro, a little bit of arena football. It goes fast, and even picking up the camera, I see guys from freshman year. Now I see guys in college. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, just to see the progression and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just be glad to just film those kids, put them in position to kind of showcase their talents.
Definitely.
Brother Cory,
Talk to me.
tell the people where you're from.
I was born in New Orleans, bred in Louisiana, was raised in Long Beach from like 5 to like...
Long Beach, California?
Yes, sir.
All right.
From like 5 to 16 years old, came back down here in the 10th grade, was supposed to play at Higgins. Coach Myers, transcripts, stuff like that happened. And then, so it was like that was kind of like my back and forth, Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, hella athletic, bro. He play a little hoops, and like you said,
I've seen him on the video.
Yeah,
he got game.
Definitely doing this thing.
Game.
But you from there, you didn't really jump right into sports videography. You was even doing music videos for some of the local people, filming events and stuff. Talk to our viewers about that.
I started doing music videos because a lot of people around me was just into music, things like that. So I looked at it as a way of being able to contribute. So started doing the music videos, and then it became sports videography. I got with Conquer Sports, and I kind of never looked back.
Yeah, it's been you've been rolling, man, fire-footed.
So Fave has, Fave back in the G when we were, on the other station we're still on ESPN, but we were on the other numerical station of ESPN. He told me about you, brother, and then I was blessed to be a part of the HBCU Combine, and then I was able to see your work in action. And I'm not gonna lie to you, brother, that video you did for the HBCU was unreal.
Fire.
Appreciate it.
And not only did you put me in it, you got everybody in it.
Right.
And tell the people, how did you get to that level of videography? Because there's a lot of guys running around with cameras.
Right.
But your level of expertise is clearly upper echelon. How did you get to that level, brother?
I'll say everything is consistency. Like anything. Whatever you do, if you constantly do it, whether somebody helps you, guides you, whatever. If you constantly do anything, it's like there's no choice but to get good at it. Like, you have to. And that's basically where it come from. Like just constantly doing it, making mistakes. Like it always, like you always learn from like making mistakes. So it's been times where I feel like I should have did this or I should have did that. So the next time I go into like that type of space, I'm like, I put a shot list in my head, you know, and then certain parts, emotions, things, knowing your ISOs, little things like that. It's just a whole bunch of little things, little details that you put together to make a whole picture. You know what I mean, with the videos. So that's how I look at it.
Man, I want to fast forward, rewind where we're at now to the Jamboree week. We were at the Ed Daniels Classic.
Yes, sir.
Matter of fact, all three of us were there on the sideline.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm playing.
You had John Eric, Brother Martin first, and then you had Shaw and St. Aug. From the videographer standpoint, of a former player, athletic, you understand it. What was that game like this weekend?
Man, I feel like that game was like the jitters game. Like, maybe not for both, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you know, it's the Jamboree. Like, guys get to go and showcase. Like, certain guys are already expected to do things. Certain guys are getting put into new roles. I seen Alan Shaw at quarterback. Like, you know, like different things. You know, I just seen different things that I didn't see last year, and it's like maybe it was a game to fill things out and just to get to the drawing board and see what they need to work on and X, Y, Z, you know. Yeah.
So I made one and I missed the other one. So I made NFL honors because obviously the Super Bowl in New Orleans, NFL honors. Patrick Surtain, the second wins Defensive Player of the Year. But I turned down the ESPYs. But you didn't, brother.
Right.
Can you tell us what your ESPYs experience was like?
I can only speak from it from like third person because I didn't get to go in all the way. You know,
I saw you on the carpet though.
Yeah, but I got the prep. I got to see the prep. Being around Jakeem Stewart, Clyde, great people. Like it was smooth, man. Like it was like I felt like
felt like you was in the show.
I felt like man. He just made me feel real a part of it. It was cool, man. Yeah, man. It was just a good experience just to see all the people that work hard in this sports and these events and stuff. Just to see him was cool. But yeah, it was nice, man. It was nice.
Yeah, I want to stick to that because you and I were talking earlier about how high school football has really transcended into something way bigger than we could ever imagine coming up. And you are basically cut from that cloth of what me and CL played ball in high school and, you know, how we operated and things of that nature, in addition to what we're seeing now. Like you having high school players, senior year, able to sign NIL deals.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Evolution is happening. So you bring up a Jakeem Stewart, big player. There's another superstar there in the car, and Richard Anderson, and you know what he was able to accomplish. I guess with you videoing all of this stuff, man, what it's like to capture these new moments with these future superstars, and it's now like we filming college players going to the NFL with the way this stuff working with NIL.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, it's amazing. I be slow-moing a lot of this stuff. Like, I be shooting in slow-mo because, like, just to see, man, in the essence of the whole thing, just to see a young man work hard and become something. Whatever his motivation, you know, backgrounds be different, you know, circumstances be different, but just to see somebody believe in themselves enough, stay consistent, and work towards something great, and I just be happy to just film. Like, real talk, like, I really just be happy to film it. Like, half the time, it ain't about no money, no nothing. Like, I love the game. Yeah, I just love that. I love it. So, just being able to film it is a blessing to see it. Like, you work hard and become something, you deserve people to praise you and do things like this for you.
Yeah. I think we're all here because of the love of it, right? Obviously, I have a passion for football. Right. I got to. After I finished doing what I did Friday, I showed up at a high school football game. You know, tell the people the name of your company, brother.
Adon Vision.
Adon Vision.
Yeah.
So can you tell us what's the vision for Adon Vision in 2025? Because you're doing things, brother. You're doing big things.
The vision is it's never, I don't know, it ain't even no plan. Everything be happening, everything happen organically. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, when they be asking me, how you be doing? I can't even tell you. It just be happening. So I feel like I'm just gonna keep doing it like that. Like, it's just gonna keep happening. Whatever it is, you know, I got discernment on who I work with, how I work with them. You know what I mean? So I just feel like whatever's supposed to happen is gonna happen.
So, Adon Vision or Adon Vision, give us the background on it. Like, how did you come up with the name and story behind it?
So, like, just being around, like, a lot of older guys when I was younger, they always used to watch movies like Goodfellas, Scarface, like, you know, like, and just always, Bronx Tale, just always preached, like, a lot of morals and ethics and, you know, things like that. Like, you know, brotherhood, family. And I felt like when I first started in this, you know, I was at the bottom, you know, at the bottom of it. But as long as I see myself as a Don, you feel me? Like, yeah, so anybody that I work with, whether it's business-wise, whatever, I implement that same type of energy. Like, you know, like, no matter, you can start off as a ninth grader, become one of the best players in the world.
Right.
Who knows? But you got to start from somewhere. But as long as you see yourself as a Don, at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's deep. That's fire, bro.
That is
the old school. Huh?
Yeah. Well, you know, you always, you know, that's why I guess I gravitated to the young man, because he has an appreciation for the old school. And the only other person that's even remotely, in my opinion, that's doing it on your level is Deion Sanders Jr. Bucky, as they call him, you know,
man,
around the way.
Shout out to them guys, man.
So with that being said, brother, I've seen you work with a million people.
Yeah.
Who haven't you worked with yet that you would like to work with? We just gonna put it out there.
Who haven't I worked with? I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I done work with whoever not even just dreamed to work with. Like, I feel like one of them things where, like, you know how, like, when you have friends in high school and then y'all go to college and then some people go this way and some people go that way. I feel like it's just projecting it. Since we projecting, I feel like whoever I'm aligned with is gonna find me, and we gonna work together, and it's gonna be organic. So whoever that is, that's who I want to work with.
Yeah, that's real. I mean, that's really how Cory rolled, brother. I can't say that over the years. He's just more of a people's magnet that's gonna gravitate to good energy, folks who want to get it done, and it shows in your work. Like, I was just, and I'm not picking on this school at all, but Riverdale hadn't really got a lot of love, right? Really since Dante Jackson.
Shout out to my dog at Riverdale.
You know, but you have been, like, I've been checking out the clips, and they getting views, CL, like 30K. Wow. But it kind of ties back into what I was talking to you about earlier, where we were talking about the exposure that your videos, they need that. Like, for you high school kids out there who are looking to play on the next level, I can't stress to you how important guys like Cory is to your career. You need a resume. The Huddle film is tight, but this is a field, I mean, just super overly saturated field right now. I mean, you look at the transfer portal, you look at high school 5-stars, you look at guys who thinking about the transfer portal, the guys that's already at these schools. Like, you have to stand out, and your video constantly being in their face, that stuff matters. And Cory, that's really what you bring to the table.
Yeah, I'm happy to do it, man.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I would have to concur, brother, because I'm standing on the sideline in the third quarter, and brother Cory catches number 42. Run a long touchdown on St. Aug, and I mean, it was slow mo. I mean, it looked like a piece of art. You know, obviously, like I say, brother, I was standing right there. What gave you the vision to create this, not just this genre, but create this company for yourself that's capturing the effervescence of Louisiana high school football?
Man, just being an athlete and truly just wanting for them what I would want for myself. I'm being 100. Like, I would want, if I was playing high school or playing any type of ball, even when I play flag football, like, look, you know, shout out to Burger Highlights. some of my guys for real, man. That's getting it done out there. Like they call it 37U and all that.
Yeah.
But but I would want my highlights. So I would want to see myself in that light too. So I try to like implement that. Like I want for them what I want for me.
No, that's real cool, and I think that's super important. And I know you do events, you do different, like you followed Jakeem around for the ESPY. So, like just getting those moments has always been important. I guess my next question for you is I want to get into, before we got like maybe 2 or 3 minutes here, I want to get into these upcoming matchups. Okay, we saw St. Aug and Shaw. We saw Brother Martin, John Eric. Next week is Shaw and Edna Carr. And then I want to see, I think we have, bear with me here. Does Curtis, I forget, I mean, just the teams, Romo, Curtis, you got Catholic High, like just the teams in Louisiana. But Edna Carr has really been at the top of these lists. You've been following them around, and what it's like to capture those championship moments in recent years, and even this year, what you think about this upcoming matchup?
I'll start with the upcoming matchup, Edna Carr versus Shaw. I mean, right now I feel like Shaw is on the rebuild. Like, that's being honest. Respect to those kids, respect to that coaching staff and everything, But this sports, like, it ain't no room for like, it is what it is. It's black and white. Yeah, man. Sports is black and white. Right now, in the car, it's the better team. Like, we not even gonna do that. Like, But yeah, will it be a blowout? I don't know. I know Shaw got some guys. Trey Carter, they got some guys. But just overall,
they lost a lot of players from the state championship team. I mean, you got a running back at Michigan right now, balling, and just to St. Aug was really good. Shaw lost 28-7, so that I think St. Aug gonna really give Edna Carr a fight. Yeah.
Well, to a man, everybody was standing on the sideline. You could see that St. Aug has some grown men playing high school football. It's physically wise, right? Yeah. Your guy number 90.
Man,
couple of the receivers. I'm standing on the sideline and wow, these dudes taller than bigger than me. And they in high school.
What they feeding them.
So I understand that there is a certain level of attention to a St. Aug, to a Carr,
sure.
to
even Curtis.
Even a Curtis.
Yeah.
How do you decide since there's so many games in the state of Louisiana on Friday nights, how do you decide which game to show up in on Friday nights, brother?
I kind of really just rock with my guys. Like De La Salle, like, we started at De La Salle and they used to be like, man, why you at De La Salle? Like, it's the gang, like it's the guys, like like so. But over time, you work with different trainers and you meet different players and stuff like that, and you learn their stories. And, if I'm there, do my thing. But if not, if I can't make it, I can't make it. It's plenty of guys doing their thing, man. Can I shout out some of the videographers?
I want you to shout out
because you're getting bigger. You got assistants and everything.
All right,
now.
I want to start at the top with. We got like K Polo, we got Chris Foster, we got man, I don't want to forget none of my brothers.
Josh Preston.
We got Sam Scott Visuals. We got A Rhodes. We got Billy. We got Channel 91 Photography. We got
Hash it out.
Hash it out. Hash it out.
Yeah, Eric, hash it out.
Hash it
man,
out.
Eric, man, look. Whoever I ain't say, man, my bad. Chris, Made by Chris. We got Made by Chris.
Yeah.
Flick by C.
Yeah.
You can just
tell them about
man,
if
look,
I forgot you, you know what I'm saying? Shouts
man,
out to
dogs,
you.
man. All my dogs, man. Look. It's a bunch of them out there and
So before we let you go, man, how could people holler at you if they want to book you? I know a lot of coaches want to get some exclusive. Parents as well.
Yeah. A-Don Vision on Instagram. And if not, hit me through Conquer Sports. And we'll get it done. Yeah. That's That's it.
Yes, indeed, baby. Well, it is Inside the Trenches, baby. Y'all don't go nowhere. Shouts out to Cory Kennedy from A Dime Visions. Y'all make sure y'all go to A Dime Vision. Follow him on Instagram. Telling y'all, it's going to be a treat. You're going to love the videos he turned up for the high school students. Really y'all stick around. I'm going to dive into the draft by that's starting in about 12 seconds, and we got to talk some NFL football as well. We'll be back for our final segment right here on Inside the Trenches on ESPN Baton Rouge. Hello, somebody. We'll be back.
Inside the trenches.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Hello, somebody. My name is Marlon Big Favorite. If you're serious about playing college football on the next level and having it paid for, visit us at csportspros.com. Again, that's csportspros.com, or you can click the link below.
Conquer Sports Professionals.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the Trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
Inside the trenches.
Dentro de las trincheras.
Inside the trenches.
That just like that, we are back. It is Inside the Trenches. Time flies when you're having yourself a great time. We're back here live on ESPN Baton Rouge. Yeah, it may seem like I'm a little distracted, but right now I'm not. I'm just on my fantasy league draft. So far, y'all get y'all live coverage. I drafted Jaden. I don't care about the quarterback rule. I went to go get Jaden Daniels right away, and I went Amari St. Brown, and we're on the way. Shouts out to the crew in SCL.
Oh, for sure.
Who hooked us up. You should have
a link. Y'all got a link, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you should have the link. And it looked like I got snipped with the auto draft. Nope, I didn't. Yes, I did. Okay, so yeah, we got the draft going. It made me get Nico Collins. I missed out on my spot. My pick is up now. Let's go running backs. See, look what I'm left with here. So should I go Trey Henderson from the Patriots? What you think?
Who from the Patriots?
The new rookie.
Oh, the
From
running
Ohio
back.
State, yeah.
Yeah, he's nice. He's nice. You're going to be sharing the backfield, though. He's nice, though.
You think so?
Yeah. He's nice, though.
So
No Gibbs?
man, they took everybody. I got DJ Metcalf. I got Ridley. I got.
Dang, I didn't get no link.
Christine.
I don't know who I'm rolling. I gotta go get a new. This the other one.
Okay.
Yep, this the tight ends. And look, y'all feel free to tune in. Well, look, let's go ahead and want to take this time to give a shout out to all of our sponsors, the Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Shouts out to y'all for all that y'all do for the show. Remember, get going, get it done. Yes, the draft is tomorrow. We did create our draft team.
Okay.
So Chris, you should have got an invite if you didn't. If not, I'll get you one.
All right.
I know I got our crew in there, so we're gonna do the ESPN draft. And yes, everyone should have their invite for the draft tomorrow. But I know what is coming up, CL, and this is a little different from a fantasy football conversation. What is coming up, you will have week one. And week one, the Saints take on Arizona. CL, give me your thoughts on that matchup.
Wow. Thank you for asking me that question, brother. My assessment of not only the New Orleans Saints, but most importantly, the Arizona Cardinals, is that they're not your daddy's Cardinals. Well, not your daddy. They're not your uncle's Arizona Cardinals anymore. They actually run the football. They're more than just a one-headed monster, as people would automatically assume that Harrison Jr. is the key guy, but there's another receiver named Wilson who does pretty well. It's pretty much their possession receiver. They also have a top 100 tight end in McBride that makes plays. Their offensive line is a lot better than you think they are. They pull their tackles and their guards to number 6 to run behind, which even after his cancer diagnosis and cure, he still runs hard to this day. Mm-hmm. That is going to be a problem for the New Orleans Saints coming this Sunday in the Dome. And then, of course, Murray. The New Orleans Saints have always had problems with mobile quarterbacks. I mean, next to Lamar Jackson, he has to be one of the most mobile quarterbacks, as well as being able to throw on the run accurately type quarterbacks. So we definitely have our hands full on Sunday.
Yeah, Chris, I mean, I would agree with CL on that one. The running threat, I would add in the fact that you have a mobile quarterback. Even though I like the system that we're in, right? The Saints are a 6.5-point underdog. I think that's something that should be noted. But, to CL's point, this team is coming in and, it's going to kind of like, I'm not going to compare fully to LSU because a lot of folks want to see exactly what this LSU team was going to be about. But what I would compare it to is just a young team, a new head coach trying to find his way. When you look at the Arizona game this weekend for the Saints, what's your mindset? What's your thought process in that regard?
I think this would be a very interesting matchup, and I agree. I think the thing with this one is how's that defense going to contain Kyler Murray and Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison, because the Cardinals have some talent on offense, and I'm just interested to see how the defense can contain Kyler Murray in that offense. And I'm also interested to see the new Kellen Moore system, like how he's going to, work, hopefully get the run game going. And if he can get the run game going with Alvin Kamara and Kendre Miller, maybe he can go play action with Spencer Rattler and throw it over the middle to Chris Olave, or throw it deep to Rashid Shaheed, or throw intermediate routes to Cooks and stuff. So I think it will be a very interesting chess match this upcoming Sunday against the Arizona Cardinals.
CL is a few things that I think about just from us based off of our observation going to the Saints training camp. A couple of areas that really stood out to me, the wide receiver core. I think when you look at Mason Tipton, what he was able to accomplish in terms of proving himself during training camp, that's a guy that's a worthy wide receiver for. We look at a healthy Rashid Shaheed coming back into the fold. And now that this roster is what it is now, when you think about this wide receiving core going into this season, is this a bounce back year for the Saints in terms of in that regard?
I mean, I think anything would be a bounce back season for the New Orleans Saints if we stay healthy.
Oh yeah.
Once again, this team with Derek Carr at quarterback, with Olave, with Shaheed, with Alvin Kamara, this team averaged 40 points a game in the first 2 games of the season. So we have the players in place. We have to stay healthy. And obviously that's been a war of attrition for us in New Orleans, football, basketball, pickleball, whatever we doing in New Orleans, we just been having a problem staying healthy. But as far as the wide receiver core, I think we can be a pretty good wide receiver core if we stay healthy. There are some guys on that back end of that roster I believe will make some more plays than necessary, like a Mason Tipton. Some people would call him all airline highway, but when he has got in the games, he has proven his worth. A Brandon Cooks, no matter who his quarterback has been, he's been a 1,000-yard receiver for the past few years himself. So I'm sure he has something to give us as well. And of course, the new 6'5", 200-pound wide receiver that came over from Coach Payton. Give me his name if you'd like. We'll wait to say his name when he catches a ball. How about that? But they're formidable.
Damn, I forgot his last name.
It's Monday.
Veely.
Yeah, it's Monday.
Yeah,
Yes, it definitely is Monday.
It's Monday.
Yeah,
happy holidays, gentlemen.
Definitely happy Labor Day, and shouts out to the entire ESPN Baton Rouge crew.
Thank you guys
for putting this thing together. I guess I am looking at my phone, so I do owe our viewers a update of my draft board. I don't think I'm doing a great job. Nico Collins, Veely, thanks, Ant. Devon Veely.
You got to catch a ball first in black and gold.
I know,
I'll
man.
say your name.
So I just got Loveland, the tight end. I drafted him.
Okay.
I just drafted him. It just snuck up on. Oh, somebody got Travis Hunter. I want to get him. So far I got Jaden Daniels. Okay. I got Henderson from the Patriots. Okay. I got Pollard from Tennessee. I think he was on my team last year. I do got St. Brown. Yeah.
You went with Pollard over Spears, Tajay Spears?
Oh, who's the starter?
Spears.
Was it Spears is listed as a starter?
I don't remember. It might have been Pollard last year.
Yeah, it was Pollard last year. Yeah.
We'll see about
we
this
can
year.
let Google.
We'll let Google tell us, but I'm about 26 seconds away from my next pick, but. Yeah, I think I did all right. I think I had to go get Jaden Daniels, and then
that guy.
And then we got Ant watching us live right now. He says Spears on IR.
Oh,
so yeah, that's probably why he didn't come off the board early. I didn't even draft a backup
Shout out to
quarterback
Tajay Spears from Tulane, man.
Definitely.
Oh yeah. Cotton Bowl.
Yeah,
classic. I could watch
USC,
that game right now.
I was at that game.
Classic.
Let's go around the league, y'all. Let's look at some of the games that's coming up. We have the Cowboys versus the Eagles. I guess we can do our picks. That's Thursday night.
Oh, wow.
CL, who you got and why?
Well, I damn sure ain't got the Cowboys.
Well, so let's talk about the Eagles. I mean, they are the defending world champions.
Yeah.
So.
And and the Eagles are okay. They lost a few things themselves.
True.
But the Eagles okay. I mean, they're clearly a better football team than the Dallas Cowboys because the Dallas Cowboys couldn't stop the run with Michael Parsons. So now without him, and Clark, I respect Clark in the middle, but the problem is, and just to speak to that, I know a lot of y'all think Jerry Jones is crazy, and maybe on some days that he is, but I understood what he was saying because if you don't get through first and second down, you don't get to third down and get to use a Michael Parsons and rush with him. So you can run at Dallas. Dallas been lighting the butt for about 5, 6, 7 years now. So I can understand getting rid of a Parsons because how effective he is if it's 3rd and 3, if it's 3rd and 4. He doesn't get to play on the money. Well, he doesn't get the ball on the money downs because they can possibly run because they're not stopping the run on 1st and 2nd down.
Man, they don't have no running backs left. Them dudes ran through the running backs. I guess
you said running backs most important position.
And you talk about the Cowboys. Yeah, I did say that. I didn't take my own advice.
Okay.
They rolling, but to give my take on the Cowboys as I try to just get whomever I can get. Wait, is Joe Mixon what?
And it is not that I don't think the Cowboys can play ball. I think they'll be able to score points. Like I said, spent a little time with Dak this summer, just kind of picking his brain just to see, where he's at mentally. And I believe they'll be effective offensively. The problem is if they average 25 points a game offensively, but they give up 30 points a game, the Dallas Cowboys won't be very well.
No, they're not.
No, I'm with you. And like I said, my take on Dallas, they have a new coach too. So they have a new head coach.
Didn't even mention that.
Yeah. So they just a wreck right now with obviously Jerry Jones and this whole trade with Michael Parsons. But I do think that the Cowboys are a team that people expect to lose. You bring in George Pickens at the wide receiver position. You do take what we've got a lot of reports that let's just be quite frank. Michael Parsons was a cancer to the locker room. He went on his podcast. He was talking about his quarterback in the quarterback face, like on, for the whole locker room. So that, that was an issue.
I think his podcast played a part of it as well.
Oh yeah, it did. Because you're a current player, you could talk to other players and talk smack, or like with Travis Kelce and his brother Jason, they would say stuff, but you don't want to bring that type of energy into the locker room, not talking about the players. So
considering your quarterback is the highest paid quarterback in football. Might be the highest paid player in football. $60 million a year. Yeah, and who decided to give him that money? Jerry Jones.
Yeah, this is true, my
So
friend.
you see how it ties in?
Yeah,
And
this
he
is-
wanted to be the highest non-quarterback himself, Mr. Parsons, that is.
Yep.
And he thought he deserved it. But the deal that he made was with the GM. Unfortunately, the GM is also the owner.
Jerry
Jerry
Jones.
yeah, it's
So it's a lot deeper than, them not being getting along, and it's a lot deeper than the agent not being a part of it. I think that was something that was going to come to a head sooner or later, because if he's a headache now with 1 year left on his deal at the current price that he is, he's now worth $47 million a year with a guarantee $138.
right.
Brother, ain't too much you could tell that young man, podcast or not.
Right. I mean, he's paid. All right. So you got the Chiefs and the Chargers. The Chargers, speaking of the Chargers, I'm going to go ahead and draft a Chargers running back. I got
Najee?
no, the Rams. No, I got was that Corum from Michigan?
Blake Corum, yeah.
Blake Corum?
Blake Corum, how you think he gonna do? Oh, he gave me the whistle.
The whistle.
That's not good. Chris hit you with that whistle.
Yeah, he hit you with that
Oh,
whistle.
yeah, that's not good.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Because he's
yeah.
the second string running back, right?
Yeah, I think Najee gets the one, huh?
Yeah, Najee gone. He off the board. No, this is I think old boy is at whatchamacallit, right? He's at okay, do y'all think I should get Rome Doozy?
Roma Doozy ain't?
No, Keon Coleman.
No.
No Keon?
No.
A Doozy? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Y'all enjoying our fantasy?
Doozy got to be number one in
He
In
has to
Chicago.
be number one in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because Clark is gone, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 12 picks away. I'm
And
getting
so
the pick.
is 13. 13 went back. I told you.
Yeah, he went back to
going
Los Angeles, the
California.
Chargers, yeah.
I told you that boy ain't want to play nowhere but California.
So my quarterbacks, y'all, I got Jordan Love, Jaden Daniels. Wide receivers, I got Amaya St. Brown, Nico Collins, Michael Evans, Zay Flowers. I do got Trey Henderson, running back. I got, what Etienne is this? I got Travis Etienne.
Oh,
And I have Tony Pollard. Look, now y'all tell me what y'all think about this out there. I got Ricky Parasol.
he's not
I
bad.
think he might be a sleeper this year. I hope he's a sleeper.
From Florida State.
Let's check out some of my ops. So Kennedy Heights got Jamar Chase, Brian Thomas. He got was it Ladd McConaughey?
Yeah.
That's who Andy was trying to get me to draft. He got Ty Warren. He got Laporta. Ooh.
That's a nice team.
He got Montgomery. Oh, he came in here with a plan. I ain't drafting no defense yet. All right. I'm going against Brian Robinson. It was that Kyron Williams, A.J. Brown, Joe Burrow, Jay Smith, Nigba? Yep. Yeah, I don't much want to keep All right, y'all let me know if my team is straight. And I didn't mean to turn this NFL segment into fantasy, but it is NFL fantasy football. So we're going to do a few more games here. We got about 7 more minutes. Y'all tell me if I am competitive this year, all right? And looks like I'm up for my pick. Let me just go ahead and get a defense. Aaron Sanders is going to be a struggle. Who defense I should get the
Fantasy. Do y'all remember Fantasy Island, right? That's where we at right now. Fantasy
I'm in the
Island.
Jets defense.
Vulture Island.
Yeah, this is, man, and my dog telling me I'm a struggle. I mean, I got Jaden Daniels, I got St. Brown, I got Nico Collins. Collins, you think?
But Nico coming off an injury, huh?
Yes, he is.
But let me see something. But
And
now
see-
he's super straight,
and
though.
that's the point I think I'm making, even when we talking about football and then predicting the schedules. We never factor in injuries.
No, we don't.
We not in fantasy. Well, y'all don't.
That's true. That's
Not
real.
in fantasy, not in real life, not the NFL schedule. So even the naysayers that saying, "Oh, the Saints are gonna do this, the Saints are gonna do that," they're not factoring in injuries for other teams. Because you tell me this, who you think gonna win you think the Tampa Bay Bucks gonna win the division if Baker Mayfield out for 10 games?
No.
Right.
That's a good point.
If Penix is gone for 8 games, if Bryce Young is gone for 5 games,
I don't know which direction you go.
So we never factor in injuries.
I drafted Jawan Johnson from the Saints. Y'all think he gone?
No. Anything is
If they
possible.
can feed him the ball, we'll see.
He is the only tight end that we have that's healthy.
Man, I got.
Hopefully they can feed him the ball.
All my picks are done.
Yeah, he done all right.
Oh man. Oh. That's just,
Yeah,
all right, let's go back to real football. The Bucks play the Falcons, so we're opening up here with a divisional rivalry game. This gonna be this Sunday. Now the Chiefs play Friday. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize.
What?
Oh, YouTube.
Interesting.
Because they playing out. They're in
Dublin?
No, they're in what is that? Sao Paulo. Yeah. So yeah, they're out the country. Yeah. So our first Sunday game is at 12 noon. Bucks versus the Falcons. The Bucks. I mean, the bottom line is you got Michael Evans coming back, right? You got Baker Mayfield, who looks like he's the best quarterback in the division.
Yeah.
Vita V up
Vita
front.
Vea?
Yeah, he's a problem.
He's been a problem since day one.
So that's going to be a big test for the Saints. For the Falcons offensive line. You got any thoughts on this game on Fox? I mean, Bucks got to be winning by 2 touchdowns.
I don't believe in anointing Penix as this. I mean, if that's what they want to do. If Terry Fontenot and Arthur Blank, if that's what they want to do, for sure, whatever. I just don't believe in making Penix the true starter when they still have $180 million quarterback in Kirk Cousins that just happened to be dealing with injury. So I think that situation will work itself out. I don't believe that they'll go backwards and sit Penix and start Cousins. I think it'll be an injury situation if he gets out of there. But as far as the Atlanta Falcons, until the Atlanta Falcons learn that they have to let 25 be the catalyst of their run game and not Bijan. And trust me, I like Bijan. I thought Bijan was all world coming out of Texas. I wanted to draft Bijan. Obviously not as high as 8th as they did or 9th as they did in Atlanta. I believe he is a factor, but there's too many question marks on the defense for Atlanta. I've always told you guys that Terrell, number 24, is overrated. There isn't a guy on the other side of him. They let Simmons go at safety and replaced him with a guy that I don't know of. Grady Jackson has moved on. So once again, they're lighting the butt up the middle in Atlanta. They did get the edges in the draft, but once again, if you can't stop first and second down, your edges are going to be obsolete in the passing game. So that's just my opinion on that first game, Bucks versus Atlanta at 12.
All right, Chris. Well, we're gonna wrap with this NFC South game since we already talked about the Falcons. Your thoughts on the Bucks and the Falcons matchup? I mean, you got Michael Penix, who may shock a lot of people right now. I mean, he's the starting quarterback. How do you think this goes down?
I think it could be somewhat of a high-scoring game like it was in Atlanta last year when it was like 36-30 in overtime. But I still think the Bucks are the better team. They are the better coach team. I think they have better all-around talent. They have the better quarterback in Baker Mayfield. So I just think overall, I think Atlanta has an okay team. I think they'll keep up just a little bit, but I think the Bucks, with too much talent in their team, I just think they'll win by like 10 points.
Well, y'all, NFL football is back. NCAA football is back. Football is back. High school football. All the nice matchups. So y'all know it turns up here on this show. I'm excited for the football season. Hey, LSU definitely got things sparked off for us. We had a grand time.
Go Tigers.
And go Tigers. Go Tigers, baby. I told you we were going to be 1-0. You didn't want
Well,
to believe
they had
me.
the shirts on. That was another motivator.
That was another motivational factor right
They
there.
had the
You're
shirts
right.
on 1-0.
1-0 since championship year.
Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. So the Tigers are back, baby. Oh, yeah. Hey, big shouts out to Conquer Sports Pros. Listen, we're training athletes over there. If you're a junior or a senior in high school, and you play college, and you want to play college football, you play high school football, be sure to visit csportspros.com. csportspros.com. Click on the link. You have all your options there. Get Gordon, injury attorneys. Get Gordon, get it done. Hello, somebody. Y'all make sure y'all visit Gordon McKernan Law Firm. Injury attorneys, Monday Brain Gordon, you know it.
Oh, yeah.
Visit that website if you have any personal injuries from a car accident. You know that the person is in the wrong. Get Gordon, he'll get it done. And we want to send a big shout out to Health Nut System, Dr. Kendra and her husband. They got two doctors. Dr. Andrus is going to come in, and they're going to talk to us about their new products. We're going to try the new sea moss. It's a pineapple sea moss. Okay. Looking forward to trying that. And they'll be here next week to talk about health is wealth, baby, with these products. Well, big ups, man, to CL NOLA. My man Lil Chris here representing each week. For the entire crew in there, I know it's Damian in there. I know it's Hannah.
Damon CH.
I know, CH is in there. You have...
Is Taylor Gang in there?
I don't think Taylor Gang in there. We got Maddie. We got
Hannah Montana?
Graham's in there. We got a whole classroom in there. My home, I think Joe, he's in there. Yes, we will get our fantasy league jumping. We're going to have it rolling. We're going to do our draft on tomorrow. I just finished the draft here. I hope y'all had fun with us tonight. I for sure had fun with y'all. Remember, next Monday, same time, 6:30 p.m., same place, right here at the Loyola Studios, baby. It is Inside the Trenches. We're signing out. Y'all have a blessed week. Yes, indeed. Go Tigers. Hello, somebody.
Inside the trenches.